2024 is an exciting year for flight simmers, spaceflight simmers, and all-around flight enthusiasts. Technology is providing us with profound, realistic environmental realities that we can jump into, whether if it's on your computer screen or virtual reality. Companies are now manufacturing the most realistic products to match those realistic environments that we can now enjoy. Jump into an A10 on DCS? There's a realistic stick and throttle for that. Want to take a spin in a Boeing 737? There's a realistic throttle quadrant for that too. Introducing ProDeskSim's 737 Throttle Quadrant add-on for the Honeycomb Bravo Quadrant. This thing is amazing. I don't think there's anything out there quite like this with this much detail and functionality. If ProDeskSim continues to manufacture things and realistic products like this, they're going to be a pretty big company here pretty soon. And I'm actually shocked there's not a lot of videos out there that are doing reviews on their products like this, because when I first got their 737, I was like, whoa. Like, what? So this to me is like the Honeycomb version of Part 121 and 135 world. In other words, like, if you want a budget-friendly, really high-quality product for general aviation, for a yoke or a throttle quadrant, Honeycomb is where you're going to go. At least for me, at least from what I've experienced so far. I mean, the way it feels, the way and I'm talking about the Honeycomb, the way it feels, it's like a luxury, soft touch. Plastic, whatever it's made out of, it's amazing. And the Bravo Quadrant is the same thing. So ProDeskSim's products, or at least the one that I got so far, is that amount of same detail and luxury, and it's like, oh my god, it's like, it's almost one-to-one scale of the actual throttle quadrant. 737, I mean, they have all kinds of quadrants out there. Now, the only drawback, at no fault from ProDeskSim, is that from which the angle of where you grab the throttle from and go to. As you can see here, we don't typically reach for the floor to grab our throttles from the ground, and then when we go to full throttle, our throttles aren't normally standing up vertically, standing straight up like you see in the left. On the right is how we normally have our throttles. We grab our throttles and we typically move them up to full toga, and it's normally right there. Unfortunately, the Bravo throttle quadrant cannot facilitate that unless you have some weird angle stand or something like that. So that's something we have to deal with. Now, I'm going to be coming back to that, because there is one thing that I wish ProDeskSim would have done with this throttle quadrant that I'm about to get to shortly. But first, let's go ahead and get started on the review. So after you've ordered this is all of the things that's going to be coming in the mail. Yes, the Honeycomb Bravo does not come with this product, unfortunately. It's just going to be the 737 Throttle Quadrant add-on itself. So it's very nice. Here it is, all in its glory. First off, let's start off with the idle cutoff quadrant. Ideally, you're going to be using this switch to introduce the fuel once the RPM has come to a certain RPM in the 737. So, but as you can hear, little WD-40 or something in there. I mean, all these items are 3D printed, but you won't be able to just bring them up. You will have to pull them out to bring them up. So there's a little spring in there. So it's really nice, very nice attention to detail there. Here, I'm just looking around. Those two top parts, they'll actually go into the axes of the 2 and 5th axis quadrant on the Alpha Bravo. The Honeycomb Bravo, not the Alpha. The Honeycomb Bravo quadrant, and I'm just circling it around here. Those two indents, those two parts on the top there, you see on the top of your screen with the wires kind of exposed there. Those are the parts that will go into the throttle quadrant, and I'll demonstrate those, how easy it is to put those into the to your Bravo unit. This right here is the speed brake. I'm not sure if this is a 1-to-1 scale. To me, I thought the the throttle quadrant and the flaps are actually to scale and everything like that. But the speed brake looked kind of tiny, but I guess that's going to be the actual size right here. This is the actual ball bearing, and this is what actually goes into the detents, into the stops, as you can see. So when you actually put it in, you can see how it kind of stops and how it works there. So very clever idea there, very nice there. Now the letters on there, they are, I can't really explain what they are. They're not, I don't know if they're like, they seem like they're like stickers, but they're not stickers. I didn't want to peel them off to see if they were or not, so I just left them be. Obviously you can see here that it is 3D material, 3D printed material, but this is the area that you will not see anyway, so I don't really think this is a big deal, because like I said, you won't be seeing this part anyway. They did a really good job on hiding that 3D printed, those little 3D print scans from the area that you're actually going to be seeing. So here, as I said before, it's like a shiny material with the white font. It's really nice there. It really goes with the gray finish. I got the gray. They do come in two variants, the gray and the white. And here is the flap quadrant right here. I'm gonna get this in focus. There we go. Here's the flap quadrant. As you can see, flaps 1 through 40 with 2 stop gates. Yeah, as you can see, the nice 737 logo right there. You can probably tell that it's 3D printed on the sides there, but that's nothing to worry about. You're not gonna be really paying attention to those, especially if you're in VR. Or if you're not in VR, you're not going to be looking at there. There's the felt material that is going to be protecting your your Honeycomb Bravo quadrant once you actually do put those in. Or let's say you have multiple quadrants from ProDeskSim. It's easily you can put those in and interchange those without having to worry about that. This also, just like the speed brake, this also has a ball bearing at the bottom right there. And this is what's going to react to the little the indents there. As you can see right here, you can see how the ball bearing is going to be working here as you switch the flaps from 1 to 40. Next, after this, I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to, and I'm going to show you in real time how easy it is to install all this. Now, as I was saying before about the throttle, the Bravo Quadrant has a limitation about, idle is all the way to the like horizontal, and then full throttle is at vertical standing up, which is unrealistic. Unfortunately, that's just the design of the Bravo, and ProDeskSim has to work with that. At no fault of ProDeskSim, as you can see, this in-op auto throttle disconnect is so close to the throttles. When you're grabbing the throttles from idle, your index finger is going to be rubbing against that button right there, and unfortunately, it's even more unfortunate because it's in-op, so it's there for nothing. It will never work, but it's there just to scrape against your index finger. So what I find myself doing is when I'm going from idle to thrust, I'm not even grabbing the full throttles like I do in the real aircraft. As you can see there, I already got scratches on my fingers. So that's one thing I wish ProDeskSim would, if they could just back off just put a little bit more space in between the throttle and that in-up button, that would be great. Or just lower the in-up button into the quadrant. But here I am installing the 737 quadrant add-on to the Bravo, and as you can see, it's so simple. There's no screws, there's no tools. You just slide it in, and it's as easy as that. And if you put something in the wrong way, I guarantee you're gonna find out. So like, oh, that's not supposed to be like that. So no instructions needed. You just slide it in, and it's easy as that. And next thing you know, you're gonna have your 737 throttle quadrant installed on your Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant. Alright, so it's easy as that. Now, the only thing that I had an issue was the flap lever. I kept accidentally pulling the flaps outside of the thing. I don't know if I was just pulling too hard or not, but especially when it came to getting out of the gates. As you can see here, see how the whole thing just comes out. So that is one of the annoyances that I did have with this Throttle Quadrant. But like I said, at no fault at ProDeskSim. They're just working with what Honeycomb Bravo unit has. So like I said, I mean, you try to make something better, you know. I mean, that's what I was thinking when I was flying with this thing. I mean, it was just amazing. And here you see me flying in VR. I was actually doing a crosswind landing, but this thing is amazing. I can definitely see me buying more products from this company. The quality is great, the build is great. I would never, I don't think I can buy another quadrant from anyone else. Like if I wanted to buy like let's say a 787 or 777 or a CRJ or something like that, if they were to send me a product to review, I would definitely review more of their products, because this is absolutely amazing. Besides the in-op, with the throttle being too close to the in-op and the flap lever, I think it's amazing. Alright, so this is it for the review of the ProDeskSim 737 add-on to the Honeycomb Bravo Throttle Quadrant. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a affiliate link below in the description below. So go ahead and hit that and support the channel, and get your own 737 Throttle Quadrant and part of your sim collection. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next review.